Y'all know exactly what time it is. Chiefs, Eagles, it's time to send the Super Bowl in Madden 23. I said I'd be back. We did the same thing for my fantasy football Super Bowl. Put both the teams in Madden. If you haven't checked that out, the video's somewhere. I'm probably in the top right. Go ahead and click and watch that. But we're back. We have our final two teams, Chiefs, Eagles, Kansas City, Philly, here in Glendale, Arizona for Super Bowl 57. Let's get into the action. I'm going to be casting the game. You guys are going to be in for an entertaining cast. I have a couple guests slated throughout the game that are coming in, provide some insight on the game, some personal insight as well. Of course, stellar commentary from yours truly, and hopefully good gameplay. And I have something to spice it up. Stick with me. I have betting props. I, studied Madden simulation, studied the matchups, and I did my best Vegas impersonation. And these are the betting props. I'll put them on the screen right now. Go ahead and pause it. I'll give you guys a couple seconds to pause it. Here's all the betting props. Pause, look at the betting props, and here's what I want you to do. Bet in the comment section down below. Obviously, it's for fake money. There's no real money involved, but just for the fun of it, right? To fully indulge ourselves into the simulation experience, go ahead and place some bets in the comment section right now. We have anytime touchdown, Goedert with the best odds, defensive touchdown. We saw 2 defensive touchdowns in the last Madden simulation, but the odds do not prove that. Kansas City are the favorites in my Madden simulation. I know in real life they're the underdogs, but in the Madden simulation they are 4-point favorites. Who would you pick in the spread? I got Mahomes' passing yards, 309.5. Hurts passing yards is 304.5. Some people think that's too high. I got Kelce, 6.5 receptions over/under. Like I said, it's going to be on the screen. It's going to be in the description. Go ahead and place your bets right now. And as we get to near the end of the game, we'll check in on those props, see how we're doing. With that said and that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I have talked all the way up to kickoff in Glendale, Arizona, Super Bowl 57. Thank you for joining me. If you haven't already, drop a like on the video. Let's see if Madden can really emulate what is going to happen in a couple weeks down there in Arizona. In walks Patrick Mahomes, someone who I've talked about time and time again on my podcast, my NFL show, weekly, the first thing, wherever you listen to podcasts, Spotify, Apple Music, Apple Podcasts. I mean, the Chiefs, championship game against the Patriots gets bounced, makes the Super Bowl, plays Tom Brady, gets bounced, makes the Super Bowl, wins, and then gets bounced by Joe Burrow on a fluke. Once again, he's back again in his 5th year, another Super Bowl. It truly is impressive. Truly is impressive. And let's get right into it, folks. Isaiah Pacheco's rushing yards is over under 69.5. That's an interesting one. Seems pretty high, but like I said, taken into Madden simulation, this is not real life. Oh, there's Kelce, first reception, first play of the game, and he's already getting going. That's 18 yards there. A reminder on Kelce, he has 6.5 receptions as his prop, 85.5 yards as his receiving yards prop. Is that a good time for the over? Is that a good time for the over? We will see. One play, one first down, second play of the game here. Mahomes back to pass, survey in the middle of the field. Hits Juju Smith-Schuster? No, that's Marquez Valdes-Scantling. Unfortunately, I don't have any props for him, but he gets involved early. He was a big player in the AFC Championship game against the Bengals a couple weeks ago. Just like that, 2 plays, and they're already operating at midfield. I don't know. This is why in my simulation I have, I have the Kansas City Chiefs as favorite, -4.5. This is why. I also have the over/under for the entire game. That's another one I want to, it's on the screen, but I want to vocalize it as well. 54.5 points is our over/under. Let me know what you guys think. It's quick striking offense, 3 pass plays in a row. There we go. Meet Cole Hardman getting in the action. The Andy Reid Bowl, man. Andy Reid against his former team, the Travis Kelce, Jason Kelce Bowl. It's just a great matchup, truly. And we're already in the red zone on the first possession, only a couple minutes into the game. Mahomes once again back to pass. Surveying has a lot of time, hits the wide open Marquez Valdes for a good amount of yards. And, talking predictions, obviously, leave your real-life predictions in the comment down below. I mean, let me know who you think, who you got, Eagles, Chiefs. Personally, I find it hard to bet against these Chiefs. I find it hard to bet against Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid. I mean, I've said it time and time again. I'm not too confident in this Eagles team, the makeup of their schedule. They had no power, no control over it, but it is what it is. It still is a fact. As we now have 1st and goal, a nice little hitch right there to Juju Smith-Schuster, 5 for 5 for almost 60 yards, Patrick Mahomes on this first drive. So yeah, if I had to choose, which I have to choose, I'm gonna go ahead and go with the Chiefs. But I definitely wouldn't be surprised if there was some sort of upset in my eyes, not upset in the book's eyes. But I just want it to be a good game. I want this to be a good game, our simulation as well. Please don't be a blowout. Here we go, back under center, 1st and goal. It's a run play to Pacheco. 2nd and goal at the 2-yard line now, folks. Anytime touchdown scorers. Who do you guys got? We got Juju at plus 10.5 or plus 110. Kelce at minus 100. He's likely to get a touchdown in this game. Not really any good odds there for the Chiefs players to get anytime touchdown. They're all pretty certain to get touchdowns here. Will this be Pacheco's? It's play action, and he gets sacked. Who is that coming in there? Hassan Reddick, the man who made a couple of big plays in the NFC Championship game, showing up big in the Super Bowl. 3rd and goal now at the 9-yard line. He was left unblocked, kind of like what Shanahan did in his masterclass in the NFC Championship game, allowing running backs and tight ends to block what was, I think, the 2nd leading sack leader in the NFL this season, letting him go just unblocked by an offensive lineman, ultimately leading to a UCL tear for Brock Purdy and ultimately ending the game before it even started in the NFC Championship game. Sucks to suck. 3rd and goal. Will we get a goal line stand here? More than likely going to be a pass. We're going to be looking for Travis Kelce here. Back to pass. He has time. He's going to whip it in there. Is it a goal line? Ooh, he gets it at the 1. He doesn't cross across. He doesn't cross across, sure. And it's 4th down at the 1. And already here in the Super Bowl, we have a key decision that needs to be made by Andy Reid. Oh, he started in the end zone. Goes out of bounds, back into the play. What will the decision be from the Chiefs? 4th and goal, you gotta want to go for it, and they are. But they come out in a spread formation, 3 to the top, 3 by 1, shotgun, and they get it. Juju Smith-Schuster open on the in route. He had a lot of time there. The Eagles decided not to bring pressure, and the first touchdown of the game goes to the Chiefs on the first drive. Touchdown pass to Juju Smith-Schuster. And the Chiefs strike first in Super Bowl 57. It's time for our first guest. We're joined here by no one else but my father. Dad, how's it going?
It's going well.
Where you at right now?
Driving to Central Valley High School to officiate a girls' basketball game.
Well, we're here. We're simming the Super Bowl in Madden. You're the first guest on the cast. It's still in the first quarter. It's an early game. What do you think of the matchup, Eagles versus Chiefs?
I think it's a very interesting matchup. Both of them have a lot of good strengths on both sides of the ball. So I'm eager to see how Madden kind of plays it out.
This is the Eagles' first possession of the game. It's a handoff to Miles Sanders. He breaks it for a couple yards. Speaking of being a Raider fan, the Pro Bowl, the first part of the Pro Bowl just happened. I don't know if you saw, but Derek Carr performed fairly well in the precision passing. Did you see what he said after?
Yep, he said that, he never played like that in Vegas, and that's probably why he went so wrong.
Well, what's your thoughts on that comment?
I think that's a little bit of a ignorant comment, in my opinion. Let me tell you why. I am a Raider fan, yet, there was nobody coming after him, so anyone can perform better when it's
no pressure.
Yeah, no pressure, man. It's a simulation, man. Come on, it's not real.
Yeah, it's a skill challenge.
Yeah, he's got the skill. No one's ever said they didn't have the skill. Obviously, he has the skill. He's the NFL. He's a quarterback, and he's had a lot of yards. He's probably up there in some of the stat markings. It's not that he has skill. It's just when the pressure got to him, just was not able to deliver when the pressure was there. So,
real life, if you had to give us your, I'm going to ask everybody that comes on the cast today, give me your predictions. What's your predictions for the Super Bowl?
My prediction is that the Eagles win, and it's going to be a close game. The Eagles win by a field goal. I think it's going to be a great game.
Eagles win by a field goal.
Yep.
So no second ring for Mahomes and Andy Reid.
No.
So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here.
Interesting. I don't know if I agree. Do you think the Eagles have done enough to prove themselves this season? 3rd and 13 here. It's a big play for Jalen Hurts and the Eagles after the sack. He's choosing to run with the ball, tucks it, slides. He doesn't get enough. 4th and 4 at midfield. Probably a punt situation here. But yeah, do you think the Eagles have proven?
Absolutely. Their record was stellar all year. I mean, I think, I'm not really sure, I'm not good with remembering stats, but I believe they have the best record.
Yeah, they had a good record. Well, he started off our cast in the last one when we did the Fantasy Super Bowl. Decided to give him a call back. Always some interesting insight out of him. So that's 1 for the Eagles, 0 for the Chiefs so far on the people that we called and asked. But the Eagles had their first offensive possession. They were doing well. Then they got the sack. It kind of, stuttered the drive, forced to punt the ball. Travis Kelce gets his second catch of the game, I believe. Like I mentioned, Patrick Mahomes is now 9 for 9, almost 100 yards and a touchdown in the first quarter. Remember, his over-under on passing yards, let me bring it up once again, is 309.5. So far, he's on track to smash that by 100. But, we'll see. He'll probably set to slow down here. Likely the final play of the first quarter, 2nd and 3, under center as Patrick Mahomes puts Drake Bell in motion. It's a pitch play. We don't see that very often, and that's why. Blown up. 3rd and 9 when we return for the second quarter. After a strike to Mecole Hardman in the middle of the field, Patrick Mahomes 11 for 11. I got to say it until he makes an incompletion. We're at the 30-yard line. It's the first touch here for Jerick McKinnon. That doesn't go anywhere. Second touch, excuse me. Stopped by Javon Hargrave. 2nd and 11. The Eagles need to get a stop here. Hold them to just a field goal before this gets out of hand. I mean, Patrick Mahomes is seemingly unstoppable to start this game. The Eagles' offense have only had the ball for 1 possession. It was a quick one. 1 first down, then a 3 and out, I believe. 12 for 12 for Mahomes, but this is going to be the best chance the Eagles have. 3 tight end set under center, 3rd and 7 to get them off the field. It's a classic tight end attack. Stop him short at least. Oh, it's going to be close, 4th and 1, I believe, and it should be a field goal situation for the Chiefs. And you know what? The Eagles stop the bleeding for now. 4th and 1, and they're keeping the offense on the field. Andy Reid is not letting go of the gas. They run the ball. He gets hit. It's a big hit. I don't think he got it. Blown up by, who is that? Kaiser White. Uh-oh. And the analytic gods are crying right now as Andy Reid goes for it. Aggressive once again. 4th and 1 for the second time in the Super Bowl. This time unsuccessful. They decide to run the ball, take the ball out of Mahomes' hands. And that is huge for the Eagles. They had a horrible first quarter, and they now run away with just a 7-0 deficit, and they get another chance to have the ball here at the 20-yard line. That is huge. It's decisions like those in the big games, the big moments, the big decisions that will haunt you. That was 3 points you let go away. We'll see. You all see Andy Reid right there above the play clock? That's funny. Here we go. Run play. Miles Sanders. This is interesting. Miles Sanders already 3 touches for 19 yards. His prop is at 48.5. Maybe that was too low, but we'll see. Once again at the 47-yard line for the Eagles. This is the yard line that they got sacked. This is the yard line that they had to punt it away. And we are back again on the opposite 47. Actually, no, it's the same 47, believe it or not. 3rd and 4, nevertheless. A tangent on the yard lines there. Big play here. We need to get a first down. It's a screen play. Miles Sanders. Ooh, a great block by this great offensive line. He has space. Jason Kelce leading the charge. And it's a first down. 1st and 10. Operating on the opposite side of the field. It's another handoff here. A couple of yards. The Eagles, they're leaning heavy on their run game. It's all right now. Nothing explosive yet. But, the Kansas City Chiefs passing game has definitely proven to be more explosive. Jalen Hurts is going to have to drop back and make some throws here. Get A.J. Brown involved if they want to succeed. 2nd and 7. Back to pass once again. Quick throw. There's Dallas Goedert. Dallas Goedert has some interesting props. First and foremost being that he's the most likely touchdown according to my odds. 2nd and 10. 3-by-1. This is a PA crosser formation if you know Madden. Let's see what they call here, though. A lot of plays you can call out of this one. Somewhat of a verticals with a slant, and they're going to hit Goedert on that drag, set up a 3rd and 6. This is big. You at least want to come away with points. You definitely are hoping for a touchdown here, obviously. But most importantly, don't make a big mistake, Jalen Hurts. His over-under is a 0.5 for interceptions. So it basically comes down to, do you think he's going to get a pick or not? Here we go. 3rd and 6. Tight formation. Back to pass. There is A.J. Brown for the first time. Coming in clutch in the red zone. Bringing them to 1st and goal. A.J. Brown, first reception on his first target. His receptions is at over under 5.5. He's currently on track to go under. But we'll see. We will see. All right, 1st and goal. First time in this area for the Eagles. It's a handoff. Doesn't do much. Like I said, it's been okay, not great. 5 for 24 is okay, not great. We'll see what to do here, 2nd goal. I mean, Jalen Hurts, supposedly MVP candidate. The ball needs to be in your hand in this situation. Can we see something out of him here? Back to pass. Quick strike. A.J. Brown, there he goes. And it's a touchdown for the Eagles. First touchdown of the game. A.J. Brown coming in clutch late in this drive after being absent in the 1st quarter. Gets the toes in the replay we can see. Tight coverage, tight window. Right when we were doubting Jalen Hurts, he shuts us up and ties up this game. After the costly decision to go for it on 4th and 1 from the Kansas City Chiefs, the Eagles go down the field, make a pay for that decision, and tie up this game. It's a tie game. Booth review. Hold your horses. And horses, hold your breath. I didn't get quite a good look at this. I think he's in. But let's take a closer look, ladies and gentlemen. I am not quite sure. Oh, I don't know. It depends on how Madden is going to define his hitbox. The foot kind of goes into the earth. This is Madden being Madden. I'm not quite sure. My gut tells me touchdown, though. And I think it's going to be. Let's listen to the referee.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field
stands. It stands. That was all for naught. I am now joined by the one and only Jacob Amiri. Jacob, welcome to the cast, bro.
I don't know. You know, this Chiefs offense is so dynamic. You know, they broke my heart a couple years ago, and then, you know, they lose Tyreek Hill, but you know what I mean, man? They just always find a way.
They're still back. 2-minute warning here in the 2nd quarter, man. It's a good game, I can tell you that much. But you know what? Being a Niner fan, you know, I have to bring it up. I just want to get, you know, your thoughts on the game since, you know, we are talking Eagles, Chiefs. The Eagles did have to beat the Niners to get here. What are your thoughts on that game, man?
You know, man, it's you know, so many excuses in the last few days, but to be honest with you, you know, we've been through some heartbreaks. You know, we went Super Bowl, and then we had an off year, and then we went NFC Championship, and it, you know, sucks. But I mean, we kind of knew by the half. Like, I was already over it by the half. You know, there was nothing much we could do. We had no quarterbacks. The Eagles were just red hot. They're a good team.
At least it happened quick, right?
Yeah, it happened quick. You know, it was a quick kill this year, which is fine. You know what I mean? I'd rather have it that way. You know, but the Eagles are red hot, and I hope we can say that we lost to the Super Bowl champion. You know.
Right now, would you believe me if I told you Patrick Mahomes is 15 for 15 to start this simulation?
I wouldn't believe you. Madden does love Patrick Mahomes, you know?
This is 16 for 16. Oh, as I say that, it's his first incompletion. He was going for the touchdown, and it almost gets intercepted for his first incompletion, trying to hit Marquez Valdez-Scantling deep. 2nd and 10, they're operating in the almost red zone, trying to score before half.
Can we get a score update?
If you want to know the score, I will tell you. With a minute to go in the 2nd half, Chiefs with the ball, tie game 7-7. It's a low scorer. Oh my God! It's another almost interception. After I told you, I just jinxed it. He goes 15 for 15 and then back-to-back almost interceptions. Keyword almost. 3rd and 10 here. 3-by-1 formation. Kelce, the lone man, bottom of your screen. He's going to throw it. I don't think it's going to be enough. It's a completion, but he's short, and the Eagles call a timeout. There should be a field goal attempt for the Chiefs, and the Eagles will get the ball back before the end of the half.
Wow, how much time do they have left?
They got 58 seconds with 2 timeouts.
58 seconds with 2 timeouts. All right.
What do you say to the people that say that, you know, the Eagles' road to the Super Bowl has been a cakewalk?
I mean, anybody can say anything like that. I mean, their schedule was pretty good. They were blessed with a great schedule, but I mean, you can't deny them winning almost every game. What they ended up with 2 losses?
Yeah.
Come on, man. You know, you can't deny that. And like, I hate to say it, but they've been red hot. Like, they've answered every single thing. You know, they played good teams, they played bad teams, but it's pretty hard to beat those teams, to beat the Eagles, you know? If Jalen Hurts doesn't have anybody open, he has like 20 seconds in the pocket every single snap. So, I mean, he can just run, pick up a couple of yards. Like, this guy's good. This guy's good.
It's true. They do have a good O-line, and I mean, the Eagles, they couldn't control who they played this year, but what they could control is winning those games, and that's what they did. That's the bottom line, right?
That's the bottom line. That's the bottom line.
So I think I know the answer to this, but what it's sounding like, if I had to ask you the question, you know, who is your Super Bowl pick? What's your predictions? Chiefs, Eagles.
Do we need a score with that?
You can give me one.
I think I gotta give it to the Eagles.
Wow.
Unbiasedly, 31-24. It's gonna be a good game.
That's a good game.
It's gonna be a good game. Mario Davis was totally clean. I thought that hit was totally clean. What, he hit him in the face? So what?
Yeah, that was soft. This is dodgeball. He
He
goes deep. Broken up. Devontae Smith almost had a contested catch there against Trent McDuffie. And it's 3rd and 3. They have to play smart here. You don't want to give the Chiefs more possessions.
Does Devontae Smith know how to catch a ball?
Dude, he caught one in the championship game.
Did he catch that one, though?
I don't know. Ask Shanahan, bro.
Oh, man. Like, if a receiver's calling hurry up, I don't understand. In the first quarter, how you wouldn't look at that, you know what I mean?
Uh-oh. They go deep to A.J. Brown this time, and it's broken up on the other side of the field. 4th and 3, I think they have to punt the ball, and the Chiefs will get the ball back with about 30 seconds and all their timeouts.
Oh, my God, Jared McKinnon, what a great end to the season he had, man.
Hey, you would know, huh?
I would know better than anybody. I would know better than anybody. Shout out Michael. Shout out Michael for knocking out my playoff hopes and dreams. Still 0-2 in the freaking fantasy playoffs.
I mean, if you could take one thing away from this fantasy football season, taking that you had a heartbreaker in the playoffs, what's one thing you learned as Mahomes goes deep? Oh my God, it's a catch! There's Marquez Valdez-Scantling right on cue. It's a big catch. And now they're at the 25-yard line. Are they going to call a timeout? There they go. They finally called one of their timeouts. Big catch, and they're operating basically in the red zone. Holy shit. You know, yeah, like I said, you know, takeaways from the fantasy football season.
I think the biggest takeaway is, I've heard the saying a lot, you gotta draft studs. You know, I feel like too many years where I rely on like people like Justin Fields, who are like rising stars, but you know, they're not guaranteeing you these points.
You got to hit those early picks.
You got to hit those early picks, you know, and you can't waste them. You just can't waste them. I feel like I wasted too many early picks. I went double receiver. They didn't pan out for me. Ended up trading both of my first round picks. But
you did make good adjustments.
I did. But you know, the biggest thing is you got to take advantage of the stuff in the first and second round. There's no other way to advance.
It looks like the Chiefs are going to elect to go for the field goal. They made a completion to Travis Kelce. 5 seconds left. They had one timeout, but I guess they didn't want to risk it, and they just go for the field goal. And they're going to go up 13-7 and go into half. Like, we're about to kick off in the second half. Coming up, we're going to listen to some Rihanna right now. What song is she going to come out to, bro?
Man.
I got Please Don't Stop the Music, bro. Easy.
I think she's gonna come up with a shocker, with like a diamond in the sky, you know?
That's a good one. Shine bright. Never mind. I just read something. All right. I'll catch you later. Thank you for tuning in, or thank you for joining us on the cast. I'll talk to you later.
See you later. Go Eagles to the Super Bowl.
Fly Eagles fly, huh?
First though, a check of the next gen stats
See ya.
in that first half for Kansas City. And it's been the
That is the Jacob Amiri from. You guys might know him from the Jacob Amiri show. Catch him, you know, everywhere you can catch stuff. Here we are, halftime. The Kansas City Chiefs, do you guys agree with that decision to go for the field goal? They had 5 seconds left, a full timeout. Bad clock management by the Eagles led them to give up yet another field goal. A big play to Marquez Valdez-Scantling, our biggest play of the game. And there's Jacob once again. And it's 13-7. So, definitely not the end of the world for the Eagles. But let's talk halftime real quick. What song do you think Rihanna will come out to? Like I said, I think it's a no-brainer. Please don't stop the music. I mean, she doesn't have to do the full song, but like those first like 30 seconds, just the please don't stop the music. Ba, 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 ba. Like I feel like that's how you have to come out. You know what I'm saying? And then you can switch up to whatever song you want. Here we go. Luckily, the Eagles did get the ball back. Like I said, to start the second half, they're gonna opt for a juke in the air. He goes for the QB run, and it's gonna break for good yards. 20+ yards, and they're now already across midfield. That is huge. A huge adjustment, something we did not see in the first half. Obviously, they went in, they listened to some Rihanna, they came back with an adjustment. They said, you know what? We're going to put the ball in Jalen Hurts' hands. We're going to let him juke the air, and we're going to let him go for big yards. This is big. I mean, they had poor clock management to end the half. Big play to Marquez Valdes-Scantling. That costed them to go down 13-7 instead of 10-7. But luckily, they have the ball back, and they are making strides to start it off. 2nd and 10. Another 3-by-1 formation, empty set though. And it's a QB draw. Obviously, you can see a shift in philosophy in the second half. That time it didn't work out quite as much as the first time they did it, but I like it. Jalen Hurts is a dynamic quarterback. The running game with Miles Sanders wasn't doing too well, so you say, you know what, let's try it with Jalen Hurts. Great with his legs, just as good as with his arm. But it just didn't work out quite as well that time around. I think stick more to the read option instead of designed runs might be the way to go. Of course, I'm an armchair coach, not Nick Sirianni. Sorry, I have to move the stick to keep the screen lit. 3rd and 11. Will they let the big play go for naught? A lot of time in the pocket per usual, and he just hits the check down and doesn't even go completed. Very, very ugly offense, man. They're getting stuck. They have no big play capability outside of the juke in the air first down. As you know, they celebrate on the sideline. Anything. But we have yet to see a turnover. Patrick Mahomes is set at 1.5 interceptions. Jalen Hurts set at 0.5. We've yet to see even a fumble. Only, I think, 1 sack on the game as well. Pretty clean game on offense. Hits the check down, Jerick McKinnon. And that's going to put him at 20 for 22 with those 2 incompletions. Like we saw, were almost picks. Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you double. 2nd and 2, under center. He's going to hand it off to Pacheco, and he gets stuffed. Big play here, 3rd and 3. It's always a big play when you have the opportunity to get Mahomes off the field, man. You don't want to go down more than what you're already down. I mean, the time is ticking. We're going to be in the 4th quarter before you can blink, if you blink really long. Here we go, 3rd and 3. Trips in the bunch formation. And they're going to hit it. Well, well, well. If it ain't Michael Bosky.
Welcome. Thank you for having me back.
Welcome back to the cast. We're here picking up action in the 3rd quarter. It's been a good game. Pressure in Mahomes' face. It's a screen pass on 1st down to Jerick McKinnon, your buddy, and it goes for 5 yards. And they're across midfield. Would you believe me if I told you Patrick Mahomes was currently 22 for 25?
That wouldn't surprise me at all. Of course I believe you. It's Patrick Mahomes. His ankle's just getting healthier. It's scary now.
It's unbelievable. I mean, and he almost threw 2 picks, but they were dropped by the Eagles defenders.
Well, out of respect for him, they have to.
Michael, you are our co-champion. It's official. You still don't have the money. You still haven't seen the trophy, but it's coming. It might not feel real yet, but, you know, how does it feel?
It feels good. You know what I mean? It's an unbelievable feeling. You just can't really describe it. I know my competitors, especially their Mary brothers, will never be able to relate to at least half of this feeling that I have right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm just, we're already moving forward to next year. We're going to try to repeat and get the full banner this time.
You were there with a couple of people, including Jacob, who we talked to earlier, watching that Niner-Eagles game. We got his perspective from a Niners fan. What was your perspective, watching that game? Also with Kyle, Eagles fan.
I will say this was the best case scenario for all the crybaby Niner fans because they were never going to win this game. Purdy healthy or not, they had no shot. They had no shot when they were blocking him with backup tight ends. You really thought they were going to move anything on that defensive line?
Yeah, it was bad
The
news.
facts are Brock Purdy looked shaky the first half against the Seahawks and really turned it up for him. I should say Shanahan turned it up for him. Against the Cowboys, he didn't look good really at all. He looked uncomfortable the whole game, but got some lucky breaks by George Kittle, that helmet catch, and that run game just really turned up in the second half. And you know what I mean? It's the best thing because now Niners can use execution. You know they're not going to sit there and be like, yeah, we just got outpost, because they did.
I mean, that's something that I don't hear Niner fans talking about enough is like, yeah, like Brock Purdy kind of shitted on your offense when he went down, but like, what about your defense? 31 points?
I agree.
31
And then, of
points?
course, I'm sorry, continue.
No, yeah, to 31 points, like,
Yeah, if Brock Purdy was healthy in that deep, or let's say like this game ended how it ended, but it was like 17-7 was the final score. Sure, you can maybe make an argument like, okay, if Brock Purdy does stay in,
yeah,
they have the chance. But 31-7, that's just getting outcoached. I don't have to tell you. And you can just tell when they were playing dirty with those cheap shots. One guy's trying to make someone score on a punch back.
Yeah, their true colors came out, man. 28 for 30, creeping closer and closer to the 300-yard mark. He's going to hit his over, is Patrick Mahomes. They're first and goal at the 3-yard line, and if I'm the Eagles, going down by multiple touchdowns, that is something you do not want to see, especially with time ticking down in the third quarter. They're coming out in the jumbo set. It's a pitch. It's a pitch play to Pacheco. They decide to run it, and it pays off successfully. It is a touchdown for Kansas City, and they extend their lead. It's going to be 20-7 with about 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. A pitch play, which we don't see that often anymore. At the goal line, Pacheco walks in untouched for the touchdown.
Not surprising there. The Eagles probably had the most cupcake Cinderella run of all time. I mean, I don't think it's fair to say, you know, did they really face anyone that good?
You know, it's funny. I was asking that question earlier, and you know, hold on, we're going for 2 here to make it 21-7. Makes sense. So let's see. They're going spread formation, empty set, a quick slant to Marquez Valdez, and they get it. It's a 2-touchdown lead, folks. A clean 14-point lead. The Eagles need to respond quick, fast, and in a hurry. They haven't had any answers for Patrick Mahomes. It's going to take a miracle turnover at this point if they want to stop him. But by the way I'm hearing it, I'm going to ask, but I think I know the answer. What's your predictions for the real game, Chiefs-Eagles?
Surprisingly or not, I truly want to root for and think the Chiefs should win it, but I'm doing a Pick'ems league with my friends, and the other guy, I'm in second place behind half a point, and I picked the Chiefs, but then the guy that's in first place also picked the Chiefs, you know, strategy-wise, so I guess I'm rolling with the Eagles then because he wants to go for the Chiefs.
Damn.
So I am a Philly fan, but, you know, I'm not going to be surprised when Patrick Mahomes hoists his second Lombardi Trophy, though.
It's a legacy game for sure.
Mm-hmm.
It's a legacy game.
I agree. I have to agree. Also, another fun fact, did you know that the Niners played 2 good teams all year, and they lost by a combined 41 points?
Was that being the Chiefs and the Eagles?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I remember when they played the Chiefs in the middle of the season, they got blown out.
And Niner fans really thought they had a shot.
Yeah, no, the Eagles, it's 3rd and 2. They need to respond here. We need a first down here at least to keep this game close. They're going to elect to run the ball. They do pick it up. The running game with Miles Sanders has not been anything special. Under 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. 14-point deficit. Do you think the Eagles can come back?
I think they can. I think they have a shot. I think they'll tie it up, but there's going to be too much time on the clock.
Yeah, it's gonna come down to will Mahomes blink, man. You know what? We'll let you go. Thank you for hopping on once again on the cast.
Of course. Great to be on, and I can't wait to watch it on YouTube.
Oh, yeah. We'll talk to you later. The good man himself, Michael, bringing his thoughts to the big game. Ooh, scramble play. Jalen Hurts. Almost a highlight play if you could get out of there. Wow, spin move. Fits right in between the tackle and the guard for the second sack on Hurst. Ooh, man. Frank Clark diving, saving a big play. So, we have technically 3 people all saying Eagles. This is interesting. Am I the only person going for Kansas City here? I mean, I'm not going for them because I like them. Just keeping it real, you know? Here we go. They gave up a touchdown and a 2-point conversion during our conversation with Michael. They're continuing to run the ball. They're getting 4 a pop, approximately, but nothing explosive. And when you're down by 14 points, time really is on your side. I mean, they only have 155 total yards of offense. Patrick Mahomes alone has like 300. He's doubling the entire team, not even accounting for the run game. The Eagles are just being masterclass right now. They really need to put something together. We're going into the 4th quarter. This is going to be the last play. 3rd and 3 again. Passing this time. Oh, and he finds a wide open Devontae Smith, and he's going to go for a touchdown. He threw right into the seams, ladies and gentlemen. Right in between the defenders, the safety in the corner. Miscommunication. He had a couple people they all had to cover, and he fits right in the middle of it all. Right down the seam. Hurst to Devontae Smith. And that is huge to score before the 4th quarter. Now you have a whole quarter to work with. All you need is one stop on the Chiefs. Devontae Smith putting on the Jets. There's our stats going into the 4th quarter. Go ahead and take a look at that. I mean, like I said, getting kind of outclassed here by the Chiefs offense, but that big play to end the 3rd quarter kind of skews things a little bit, makes it seem a little bit closer than it did. But you know what? It doesn't matter. Closer than it did, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it's only a 1-possession game. They've kept themselves in it. Here we go. Can you stop this Chiefs offense? Passing, no surprise. It's a quick strike here. Mecole Hardman. That's good yards, man. That's good yards. 29 for 31. It's just not going to cut it, bro. It's just not going to cut it. Time is on the Chiefs' side. Will they elect to, lean more heavily on this run game than they have in the previous quarters? Here we go. It's another run. McKinnon, he breaks the tackle, bounces it to the outside. Doesn't get much more, though. And we have an injury. Didn't know those were on. First injury of the game, Joe Thuney. We'll see if that plays any significance. 86 yards for Marquez Valdes-Scantling, but he couldn't get a couple inches more, leading to 3rd and 3. And we have some movement. It looks like it's probably going to be a false start, knowing Madden, and that's huge. It's going to drop him back to now a 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6. Uh-oh. This is huge. This would be the first legitimate stop, besides that 4th and 1 on the opposite side of the field, for this Eagles defense, and it would come at the most opportune time. Here we go. Switching the formation now. We've seen this one before. Previously, they went to Mecole Hardman on a hitch route when they came out in this formation. Will they do the same? No, it's a screenplay this time, and it's blown up. Big Fletcher Cox making his presence known in the big game. 4th and 5, and the Eagles will have a chance to tie this game up. And we still have plenty of time to go here in the 4th quarter. Big stop by the Eagles. They answer the call. Well, the Eagles, they got what they wanted. The ball back, 0 points put up by the Chiefs. Here we go. 1st and 10. We're at the 8-minute mark here in the 4th quarter. Time is ticking. And here we go. It's another read option play. He's going to keep it. Breaks the tackle and gets pushed forward. It's a 1st down. 5 rushes for 50 yards. Very efficient. 2 big plays. Probably some of the biggest plays besides the Devontae Smith, touchdown for the Eagles in the second half. A.J. Brown had those 2 catches on their first scoring drive. Since then, just absolutely non-existent. Will he come alive when the lights are brightest? Right here, right now. It's another read option. If it ain't broke, do not try to fix it. And that's a good yards right there. 7 yards, getting tackled forward. As long as he doesn't fumble that ball, I like this. Here we go. Empty set. 5 wide. 2nd and 3. Is it a QB draw? It is. If I know what the play call is, so does Chris Jones. That one didn't work earlier, and it doesn't work this time. Like I said, I think you got to, if you're going to run with Jalen Hurts, you got to stick to the read option. The designed run plays, the QB draws, the powers, it's just not working. You got to run away from Chris Jones, not towards him. Here we go, 3rd and 3. Oh, this is freaking crucial. You're probably going to have to pass the ball here. Oh my God, they go with another read option. Wow, it's a gutsy call, and it works out. I love it. Out of Nick Sirianni in this offense, I absolutely love it. 3rd and 3, you think they would be too scared to run the ball, and they go with back to back to back back-to-back Jalen Hurts run plays. And his legs, just like I said in the third quarter, are proving to be huge here. No, this time they're going to give it straight to Miles Sanders. And now we're seeing holes open up. Maybe they're adjusting. Maybe they're trying to play the quarterback in the run game more. Left a nice hole in the middle. Demand the ball. Stephon Diggs Jr. Here we go. Looking like a pass. It is. It's a quick strike. Dallas Goedert. Here we go. We called his name earlier. 2nd and 3 at the 7-yard line. Here we go. Here we go. Surveying the field. Looking middle. Decided to tuck and run. He has a lane. He could go all the way. Cuts it. And they get him in. They stop him. But the referee blows it with his hands in the air. Jalen Hurts, it was his legs that got him to this point, and it's his legs that seal the deal, and they score. And we're an extra point away from tying up this game in the fourth quarter of Super Bowl 57. Wow. Jalen Hurts said, fine, I'll do it myself. The passing game was here and there. Miles Sanders didn't get much separation throughout the entire game. Jalen Hurts and Nick Sirianni saw an opportunity with his legs and the QB run game, and that allowed them to drive down the field. Here we go, 2nd and 2. Under 3 minutes to go. It's a run play, and he's not going to get it, folks. 3rd and inches. Last time, it was a similar spot on the field as well. And we had a false start that led to it going to 3rd and 5. Probably won't happen here. We're creeping towards the 2-minute warning. 3rd and inches. They get the play off. It's a run play, and the hole is there, and he kind of slows down after he gets the first down. Odd animation. Nevertheless, the first down is gained. Travis Kelce has hit both of his overs on that last play. 8 catches, 99 yards. Empty set. Patrick Mahomes back to pass. 2nd and 3. A minute and a half to go. He goes down the field. Nobody is there, and that is only his 3rd incompletion of the game. But it's coming in the fourth quarter, leading to 3rd and 3. One hell of a decision if they didn't get it. But they're going to have a chance here. Here they go, back to pass. It's a quick strike. Travis Kelce wide open, and it's like he had COVID or something. I mean, just interesting defensive strategy to letting them have 10 yards of space. And the Chiefs do convert, and now they're on the other side of the field. And remember, folks, a field goal will win this game, 2nd and 8. It's another run play. He has a little bit of space. They stop him. It's 3rd and 7. 3rd and 7, 30 seconds. The Eagles, once again, not using any timeouts. And now it's the Chiefs who decide to use one. Unbelievable simulation going on here, folks. 3rd and 7. Do you run the ball, play it safe, go for a field goal, leave some time on the clock? Or do you pass it, risk them not having to use a timeout, but maybe salt this game away right here, right now? What will Andy Reid call? He's been aggressive all game. Decides to run it. It's a smart move. And, oh, he's so close to the first down. 4th and inches. Inches away from possibly ending this game. But now, what will they do? Will they decide to kick it? Harrison Butker is warming up on the field. It looks like they're going to go for the kick, play it safe. They did get stopped on 4th and short earlier on in the game. We don't want deja vu. You have a guaranteed, almost knock on wood, I mean, don't want to be announced with jinx, but a guaranteed chance to take the lead late in the Super Bowl. He's going to kick it, and it's going to cash. 23 seconds left. 2 timeouts. Down by 3. Oh, even less time now that they have to return the kick. Here we go. We're just wasting time. Get down. 19 seconds. 2 timeouts. Jalen Hurts, supposedly a front runner for MVP. Put your money where your mouth is. They said it was easy. They said it was a cakewalk to get to this point. They said you guys do not deserve to be here. They said you guys had one of the easiest paths in NFL history. The ball is in your hands with 2 timeouts, only down by 3. Shut everybody up right here. Man, imagine if this is how the Super Bowl win in real life. What a good taste. A good taste. Here we go. Back to pass. You got to play smart. He's going to throw it. Ill-advised pass. I don't know if he was throwing it away or not. In the vicinity of A.J. Brown. 14 seconds. They still have both timeouts, but it's becoming more and more bleak. A lot of time in the pocket. He's going to step back and throw. Oh, it bounces off like 3 hands. I don't know if we're going to get a turnover this entire game. 3rd and 10, 7 seconds. If you would have caught that, you would have been in field goal range. It was triple covered, though. This is looking like ring number 2. Nothing left to do but throw the ball up, folks. This could be it. They said they wouldn't make the playoffs. They said they wouldn't win their division. Almost Devontae Smith, but it's time to rain the confetti. Broncos, Raiders, Chargers, Bills, Bengals, Tyreek Hill, they lost him. They wouldn't be the same. I don't understand how they could have doubted him. Andy Reid cements himself as one of the greatest head coaches to ever coach. 2 rings. He beats his former team in the biggest stage. The Kelce Bowl is over. The Andy Reid Bowl is over. Tom Brady has retired, but allow me to introduce you all to the Chiefs Kingdom. What a game. Ultimately, not enough time on the clock for the Eagles. This was a big slap in the face for the Eagles fans if this happens in real life. I don't think it's the worst thing, though. I mean, they have a lot of money. They do have some aging people. Jesus. Some people that are getting older. My God. On the defensive side of the ball. But, you know, we all know they have a top 10 pick. It's not unreasonable to say that with a couple tweaks here and there, they could definitely be back. Looking at the stats for our player props, let's run through them real quick. Finally, the over-under, the under hit. For the spread, however, the Eagles did cover, only losing by 3. Jalen Hurts, his under hit. Let me see here. Jalen Hurts, his under hit. His passing touchdowns was at 2, so that broke even. The under on his interceptions hit. We have a good line here for the rushing. Miles Sanders' rushing prop was at 48.5. So if you bet the over, I'm sorry. 48 yards for Miles Sanders on his rushing. That's a great prop right there. Dallas Goedert did not get a touchdown. It's a big upset there. Dallas Goedert's receiving, the under hit very, very easily. AJ Brown, excuse me. I'm out of it, man. Receptions, that hit the under. Receiving yards, definitely hit the under. Basically everything for the Eagles hit the under. No defensive interception, no defensive touchdown in this game, so that didn't hit. Let's look at the Chiefs. The Chiefs, a lot of overs. Patrick Mahomes, he hit the over on yards. He hit the under on passing touchdowns, however. Only 1 passing touchdown. Also hit the under on interceptions. We look at the rushing yards. Pacheco, 36. His prop was at 69.5, so the under hit on that one. But when we go to receiving, Travis Kelce, have a day. The over hit for receptions. The over hits for yards. And then I also had something for Juju at 83. And the under hits, unfortunately. But that is going to do it, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in and watching the video, sticking to the end. How did you do on your betting props? Comment down below. Hopefully that added more of a fun aspect when watching the game. I tried to come up with some competitive props. I think it did an okay job. What do you think about the score? Do you think this is something we can see in real life? Thank you guys. If you guys want more Madden, more NFL content, you know what to do. Catch you guys later.